ready for this week's ALG call, and I am very, very excited to get to speak to you today. And I'm very excited about the program that we have here today, because we're going to have an awesome leader joining us again on the call to share his vision a little bit on the year to come, and from what he has, a little bit of what he learned in 2021. So I think everyone by now has understood that we are changing some major things. In other words, Crowd1 is continuing its process from last year into this year. Again, just to remind all of you, what we did last year was really laying a foundation for what we will be building this year. Now, the structure of the call today is as you know it, and I don't want to take too much time of getting into too many details about the past, but the most important thing that you can understand is really, before you do something, before you really set up something, there are things that you need to be in control of. So before you build a house, the first thing you want to make sure of is that you own the ground where the house is on, because if that fundamental thing is not in place, the value of your house will simply not be the same. And some things are just fundamental. They need to be there. And the company setup is really fundamental to our business and how it's been rolling out. And it's fundamental because it also represents what is possible, and moreover, what's not possible in the future if we don't have right fundament. And we do have that now. We set it all up. We spent the last month of the last year to really get everything going. And this year, you're going to see the rollouts of all of that. Now, we had a very, very exciting meeting last week in the headquarters in Stockholm. And we were talking about a lot of things. I think you could see it on both Kenny and myself as we were going through the last call without slides, but we decided to basically do it with a camera, and you could see that we were grinning from ear to ear, and we're doing that because just like you leaders, we're facing every day the issues and the challenges of building a global business. And at this point, I would just like to remind you that building a global business is not easy. It can be a lot of fun, but it's never easy. If it was that easy, everyone would do it. So we are facing challenges every now and again, and as leaders, if we are no longer facing challenges, it basically means that our business is dead. It means there's nothing left there for us to do. So challenges is something we just have to accept as a part of it. Here is the biggest issue, the biggest challenge with having challenges. We tend to focus so much on the challenge that we are not really making sure that we have time to breathe. What I mean is, sometimes we get overwhelmed with our challenges. Sometimes the challenges are consuming us, and we are 100% focused on solving, the issue at hand. And the challenge that makes the most noise gets the most attention. Sometimes the challenge, can leave us without sleep. It's something that does not leave us. We just keep at it. We keep at it. And in that process, we forget that there are fundamental things that we do need to take care of parallel to this. And actually, this was a lesson I learned many, many years ago from a great colleague of mine who simply said, I have decided to split my week into different topics. And he said, I will always be facing problems. I will always be facing challenges. And I've decided that I'm going to deal with them in this time frame. He was doing that from 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon on a Friday. So from 10 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon on a Friday, he was dealing with issues. And people were welcome to call him with their issues. He would write them down. He would, put them on a list. He would make sure to really deal with that. But the problems and the challenges, he only accepted in that time period. The rest of the time, he was focusing 100% on building his business. Now, when I looked at my business at the time, I was actually a little bit more opposite. I maybe had a few minutes in between when I was thinking about how to build my business, and I was consumed with all of the challenges because I didn't frame them. I said to him, how did you do it? How did you do it? And he said simply, I decided to. I decided to put this time aside for it. I said, okay, but what about people? How are they reacting? Are they okay with waiting? And he said, you know what? I want to work with leaders. So I expect a certain level of appreciation from a leader. And I said, yeah, I understand, but can you really convince everyone to work with that system? And he said, yes, because I insist on it. And his simple rule was, if you were active in the business, if you were, proactive and positive, you would have a prioritized rank on Fridays because he wanted to deal with your issues first. If he saw that you were willing to solve problems, he wanted to work with you. And you know what? His business flourished. It really exploded beyond all compare because he chose to have a principle-driven leadership, and he chose to really display, this is when I want to work on the issues, and the rest of the time I want to focus on building my business. Because of his transparency, he could easily understand it. The point of this is really also for you as leaders out there. Make sure that you divide your week, that you divide your day into different areas so that you can, in certain time slots, be occupied with certain things, but you can't be preoccupied with them all the time. You forget to run and drive your business, and in the year that we're heading into now, 2022, you don't want to be in that position. Why? We will, in the months that are coming now, and really very soon, you will be seeing a huge step forward as we are beginning to define what the metaverse really is. Now, when Crowd1 says that, Crowd1 has the right to claim that. Jonas said it very well. I think I said it on the last call too. He says, we don't know what the metaverse is, so let's create it. And to some, it might sound, just a little bit too simple, but if you really think about it, so let's create it. That really reflects the attitude of the company. It reflects the attitude of the leadership of the company. And it reflects the size of the community to have the right to say, we will define what it is. We will create it together. Now, that will put a new fundament to our business because the metaverse of Crowd1 will open up a whole new universe of opportunities. Again, this is only possible because of the things that were strategically made in 2021. Now, you will also see a lot of tokenization going on over the course of the next quarters in your business. And what that means is it's a market that is exploding, and it's a market we want to be in as a company. The company really wants to position itself. It wants to help companies go into that space, and it wants you to really profit from this. So as a leader, you need to make sure that obviously you have, a wallet. You have a BTC wallet. You're ready to go into a token program. But you also want to make sure that you spread that you educate your people on getting that. And these are not words just coming from me. These are actually words coming straight from Jonas. He says, I really hope people understand the importance of setting up themselves fundamentally for success. Are they really telling their people they need to do this? Are they really communicating this? Because once the opportunity hits the market, we don't want to be dealing with that. We want to be dealing with what is going on. Let me see, George, can you hear us? Can you just write me a message? Please confirm that you can hear me. Because George says he cannot. Okay, a lot of people are doing that, so that's very good. Magnus, please, can you talk to George and see if you can help him solve his issue in the background. Meanwhile, I will continue on the program here. Sorry for that, ladies and gentlemen. This is live and this is real. Again, we really hope from the company side that you understand this. These calls that we're doing here, they're for you. This is amongst the times that you need to take during the week. You know, take it out for yourself. Sit down, have a listen. Make sure you maybe take one or two of the points and implement them into your business. Or maybe, you know, you discuss or debate a theme with people from your team to better drive your business ahead. We also have updates from IT, and IT is again a fundamental thing. It's something that everything stands on, and it's something that we need to really master, and we really need to develop. Let me tell you just a little bit about it, because over the course of the first years of the life of Crowd1, IT has been nothing but fighting and fighting to keep up. With this tremendous amount of growth, not just in members, but also in different opportunities, IT has subsequently been backtracking itself. And I'm saying this with the deepest respect to the people involved in IT, because these are some tremendously skilled people. I mean, I've been sitting next to them and as they're explaining the complexity of what we're setting up, and I can tell you these guys are the best of the best in their field. Having said that, the best of the best still need time to do what they need to do, and parallel to all the overwork that has been going on just to try and keep up and maintaining the system, there's a process ongoing now that I would like to discuss with you. First of all, there's a total review of traffic. What does that mean? It simply means we're monitoring how are people moving about on the site. What's important, in other words, to people? What is it that our members are going into looking at instantly? What are the things that they are not using? Some of the things that they are not using may be because they are too hard to find on the site, and instead of chasing down and trying to get him or trying to get them to understand us, we're studying the traffic and we're making sure that we can better service people. Part of that is redeeming gift codes will be easier. Now, with a 99% certainty, by tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central European Time, the redeeming of gift codes will be moved to the forefront, so that it is much easier for a new user to go in and redeem a gift code. This is, amongst other things, a result of how we're studying the traffic. And what we learned here was that people had a direct route into redeeming their gift codes that where they did nothing else. They just wanted to redeem a code. So instead of having that in the back end, we are moving it to the forefront, making it easier and making it more attractive to people. Now, we also have our terms and conditions that we're looking at. And terms and conditions will be used to help trim the business. Now, what do we mean with trimming the business? It simply means that in order to drive value for all of the members and the community, we need to make sure that we are up to date with our terms and conditions. We also need to understand that because of this big member base we have, we can actually create value without even recruiting people, simply by trimming our own business. Let me give you an example. One of them is the email verification, making sure that process is running smooth and that it is insisted on. It is related to the KYC and the cost occurring to that. It will still be free to register your KFC, but please know it's not free for the company. The company is paying for it. But if you are changing your KYC, well, that will in future be costing money, because those people who are doing that, you know, they can pay the little fee to do it. For the individual, it's not a lot. But if you have a whole company and a whole community, and this is how you got to see Crowd1, is a community. You know, these costs need to be spread out, and it needs to be user-driven. Also, we are doing a rank point report. The rank point report we're working on, it will not be in the update tomorrow, but very, very soon you'll be able to have a clear rank point report so that you can see, you know, the huge benefits you have. For instance, if you have a rank booster promotion going for you, and that thing we expect people to be very, very pleased about, because it gives, again, transparency so that you can see what you have bought and what you are doing, actually mounting into points in the back end of your system. We have big data preparation in progress. What does that mean? It simply means that with the huge community, we really have access to a lot of data. All of these data, however, needs to be collected. They need to be worked on. And in order to be able to collect them, in order to be able to better study them, we need to have a fundamental thing developed, and that is being developed, that is in preparation and in progress at this time. And what this big data will do is not just provide more knowledge to the company, but it will actually amount into something good, tangible, and profitable for you as members. Here's how. When the company better understands its community, it will better be able to, you know, predict what will the community accept happily, what will the community really enjoy to promote. And that will then subsequently, you know, result in a much, much bigger impact and a much, much bigger business and a much more smooth business for all of you. So the study that the company is able to do on the data will, for one thing, bring better products. It will also tell the company more about how to communicate with the leaders, how to communicate with individual markets. Big data will tell us more about where can we do certain projects and where are these markets still not big enough, and it will tell us how we can work with the individual markets in future. All of that is set up, and when we are talking in a few quarters from now on, you will see that outcome in your business. And again, remember, this is happening parallel to you working. It's happening to you in your business, and once it's there, it will fundamentally change the way that we're able to drive and run the business. Now, I also want to talk about our products. As you know, you're the center of all of our products. You're the center of everything that the company provides. You're also the center of everything that is upcoming. For 2022, you're going to see so many upcoming things. You're going to see things that will, you know, just one of these things are more than enough to create a standalone company. It's going to be really, really crazy what you're going to see for 2022. Now, one of the key elements we have is our Mixter. And Mixter is something that you will hear more and more and more. And I wish I could tell you what's going on right now in the background. But if you had an idea of where Mixter is going, the Mixter you see today is fun, it's easy to play, and it has these awesome tournaments. You know, make sure you don't miss out on the one going on right now. So play before the 1st of January and you win a PS5. But the reason why you want to play is not just to win the PS5. It's not just to, you know, have a little bit of time off in the tournament. It is to train your brain. It is to get in there. It is to start interacting with your team in a fun way for what is to come, because the next level that will hit you not just as a game, it will hit you as a business, and that is something that requires that you appreciate what's going on, you appreciate the loop, and there's no better way than just to start engaging with that at this time. We have other promotions going on that I need to update you on. We did that on the last call, but the fear of loss bonus, the supercharge, is now extended for new members until the 1st of February at 2 p.m. CET. So make sure you get that out there, that the fear of loss has been extended to the 1st of February, and this is something they really should utilize. Also, the Epic promotion, free package upgrade for new and existing Crowd1 members, is extended to the 1st of February. So when we look at these packages, the packages and the promotions that are involved here, they are really like dynamics in your business. They are something that will drive you, that will help position you for the future. The supercharged, the titanium promotion, rank booster 50%, is also extended to the 1st of February. So if you think that, if I do a great effort and I can have 50% extra rewarded in achieving my rank, if you think you would like to have 50% easier access to the next rank, in other words, you really want to get this package. It's 1,099 euros. You can pay it in either Ethereum, Kai Cash, or with BTC. The choice is yours, and this will run out on February 1st. If you are already a Titanium Pro, this went a little bit fast. Let's see here. If you're already a Titanium Pro builder, you can make the upgrade. It's only 199 euros, and it has the same payment terms: Kai Cash, Ethereum, or Bitcoin. The choice is really yours. Now, I need to make sure that I have my next guest here as a panelist. We just had a technical issue before, so let me see here.
I'm here, Jens.
You are there. That's awesome, Joe. Awesome, George. So, let me just, before you say anything, George, let me just give a bit of an introduction to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, the next speaker you're going to hear is George. And many of you know George already. You've spoken to him. He's the kind of guy that will take time for everyone. And if George is getting later to bed, that's not an issue, as long as he makes sure that everyone around him feels good. And feel good is one of the things that George really does exceptionally well. Works with all of his heart. Now, when you are working with a guy like George, and you get to spend time with a guy like George, it's easy just to be a little bit led by his kind personality and not really understand the leadership that George provides and the dynamics of it. And so really, when you are listening to George today, I want you to really listen. I want you to really understand what is that makes this guy so tremendously successful. George is full of passion. He's our first 3-star ambassador, and really a guy from the very, very first hour. So many people are in the business today directly sponsored by or via George. And George, I'm very excited to have you on the call, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm great, Jens. Wow, I'm honored by this introduction, what you just have done. I get goosebumps. Thank you very, very much for this first of all presentation, what you have done. And yes, I'm great. I'm here in Spain. I'm looking forward.
That's awesome. So George, tell me a little bit. We've had a few communications and so forth. Give me a little bit of a look back on 2021. What did you see happen? And then maybe we'll talk about the future after.
2021 was a really weird year. It was really strange, but really exciting also, because I think that we have all, every single person here faced the same thing. That means that stupid pandemic, but have ruined a lot of lives and mixed up a lot of things. But that haven't stopped the company, because I have seen, and I think you all do, a lot of positive things. That means the first exciting thing what happened in this year 2021 was opening this amazing office in Dubai, when a lot of us have been witnessed, have been there, have seen growing from nothing, an empty space, until a marvelous office what we have been there. We have seen build an amazing team in Dubai. Then when you put the first step inside the office, it feels like a warm coat, a warm bath. All those persons that are working there, every single person that know exactly what to do and how to make you feel comfortable in a very professional way. We see all of those people growing in ranks, coming new ambassador in, a new female ambassador. We're really proud about it. It's really necessary. Because I think that the women are little the power here in Crowd1. If you see the Africa and South America, the most of the leaders are all ladies, and I'm really great about it. I've seen the company fighting in a positive way, growing. That means the most of the people don't realize what the company is doing. And I'm talking about the management, all the people from IT, Julians, Kenny, Mr. Jonas, of course, Johan Westerdahl, don't forget him. What they are doing behind the scenes, it's not they're showing the face daily base, but they are daily base 24/7 working. And that is really amazing, and I hope the people realize it.
Thank you. I mean, you're always so respectful and kind, George, but what many people may not know is that you, along with the other ambassadors, it's no secret, been really also demanding and pushing the company over the course of the last year, and I really wanna, my hat comes off to you, because even though there are tough topics at times, you always approach it with a respectfulness and with a grace. You are very insistent, and this I really want to say, not as much to you, but as much to the people who are listening from your team. You're fighting for everyone, and like the people in leadership in the whole organization here, we never heard from you that you need or you want it. It's always putting your team first, and I really appreciate that. So, George, if we're looking forward into 2022, knowing as little as you do at this time, what are your plans?
Wow, this is a lot. I think that if we go back to 2021, that was really the year that we have built the fundamentals of this company. And I'm gonna use 2022 to create a momentum, because now everything is settled. All the problems, the issues we had, I see that the company have polished it, and it's smooth, it's perfect now. And I think this is the year that we're gonna explode, and really explode. That the whole world's gonna hear what is Crowd1 and who are we. And that is so amazing. And yeah, you say this, the little thing what I know, but if the people just know a part what I am knowing, they don't sleep more. They are sitting, jumping on the seats, because I'm really excited. I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about the present. Everything what you just told about Mixter. It's not just a gaming company. There's so many things what's coming up, and what the people have to stay tuned to see and don't miss part of it. Planet IX. I have to call Magnus to ask him, okay, what's going on? And I don't know much about gaming, but I know really one thing. This is the future. And yes, I'm an old mind maybe, and I invite the young people, they are more open-minded in this kind of things. If I, an old man, can understand the potential, those young guys have to be jumping, because they have to see it. They are living this part. And this is only 2-3 parts what the people see now what the company is. And I can read and hear between the lines. When I heard Kenny talking, I hear you talking. I know that there's a lot of things in the pipeline that we, the ambassadors, don't know, but you, the answer on the other side, you cannot sleep, I think, but all the things that's coming up.
We at least we fall asleep smiling. So the point here also, what I really wanted to ask you, and this is more of a tip that I would like to have from you, because we realized that it was not an easy year, 2021, and we realized that disappointments, often leads to conclusions that are more based on emotions than really based on facts. So my question to you, George, here is, what do you do to renew yourself, to stay positive when you have met things that you thought, well, by then it's over, and then it was not over, or by that time you should have. How do you handle those disappointments and still keep a positive outlook towards the future?
First, I know clearly what I want and where I want to go. And I have 100% confidence in the company. And not just the company, more the people behind the company. What I see. It was not easy. I'll be totally honest. When we faced the big problem, but we don't have to hide it, it was the payment factor. That was the hardest, toughest part what we had in 2021. And I see so many potential in this company, and I see that the people are working really hard to resolve it, and they have done it. What I always see is also that the opportunity, what we can give to those millions of people. I have been in other companies, like the most of us have been there, and it was all faced to make a couple of people millionaires. This company is built to make millions of people a better lifestyle. And this is what I'm so focused on, what I love here. And this is what me wake up. This is my passion. And what is passion? Passion is the thing what wake you up every morning with a smile. And this is my passion is here. I have 3 passions. My wife, my family, and everybody knows that. My sport, and it's a really good team what I have now on the road, and Crowd1. And I think it's a perfect combination, all those 3 things. Passion is what I may wake up, and if I sleep 3-4 hours a day, I have no problem with this, because this company gives me so many energy, the vision of the future, and not my future, mine is okay, but the future what we are giving to millions of people around the world. Don't forget, we are 42 or 43 million really close people here. Every single person, every single 43 million have the potential to create themselves a great lifestyle. How many countries do have 42 million people? And every single person has the same opportunity to create themselves a great lifestyle in that country. I don't know any one of them. We are doing it.
George, now you're giving me goosebumps here. I'm taking notes. I hope you guys were taking notes too, and that you're able to get inspired by it. If you listen to what George's saying, is really his focus was not on the issue. His focus was on knowing what he wanted, and to take you through times of hardship. And so you're constantly focused on the solution rather than the issue. And I think that the result, it clearly speaks for itself, because you became Freestyle Ambassador in a time of adversity. And that thing is simply awesome. George, I want to thank you so much for participating on this week's call. I'm looking forward to talking to you soon again, buddy. It is going to be a very spectacular year. I just wanna run through this last slide here, because while you're on it, George, and while you're here with me, we are going to have a Top Leader online kickoff of 2022. It's going to be on January the 29th. On January the 29th. This is going to be an online kickoff. It is going to be by invitation only. What does that mean? It simply means that we're going to give you a sneak peek into the future. And you will also not just receive a sneak peek into the future, you will see how you can directly on January the 29th impact your business for the future like crazy. You will have an update from Planet IX that I promise you, if you understand just a little bit of what these guys are saying, it is going to leave you literally sleepless. You cannot sleep for pure laughter. Why? You will see how they have totally taken everything they promised and turn that into something even better. They're going to show you how to really activate the entire community, not just the existing one, but also the ones coming in. Planet IX have identified a way where it is absolutely something everybody wants to do. Think about it, the environment is everyone's business, right? But gaming is not, playing is maybe not, but then listen, they found a way to activate those who wants to play the map, those who wants to run around and have the interactions on the map. There's an awesome fantasy-driven game that will leave you gut smacked. Because it's not something that is just defined and done. No. Depending on how people are playing, how we are cleaning the earth, what we are learning, how we are adapting, the colors of the map and the evolution of Planet IX will reflect that. So just think about it. Once we start that process, we will play, but we will learn how to treat our earth better. Now, there may be some people who say, I don't want to run around playing. I don't have the time for that, or it's not my thing. But I do like a good game. I do like, when the stakes are a little bit higher. They're going to launch a card version where you will be able to have more of a gambling effect, where you can, play person-to-person. You can play a system where you can simply make money right there. You can play for money. It has more of a gambling aspect to it. What about the vast majority that may not at this point think that they want to do either, play or really do any form of gambling? What are they doing? Can they even activate Planet IX? Why should they be involved? What? You will learn how they solve that. They are simply going to show you how you can lock in. You can activate mechanisms in the game that will play the game for you. You heard me right. So play to earn, you can actually set up the system so that it will play for you, so that it will generate value for you while you are doing other things. And once you understand that spread of it, you will understand that 2021 was not just the year when we fundamentally set up everything. It was the year where we also launched Planet IX really at the forefront of the industry. What you then can learn is the consequence of 2021 coming into 2022 is going to be something that is going to hit you in the neck like a boomerang, but not negatively, positively. Because of what we did back then, the setup, we can do a lot of things in 2022 that we couldn't even think about in the beginning of 2021. Because of launching Planet IX, they will now go back to these initial investors that they have, and they will show you how in the span of very short time, they will all render profitable. They will all go into a positive cycle. And once you see that on this kickoff, and once you understand that, trained directly by the staff of Planet IX, you will begin to understand two things. Number one, how important it was that you were a part of Planet IX, and how important it is to be a part of Planet IX. These things are the number one thing. The number two thing is, if you are able to imagine that for other companies, the same dynamics, you will understand that your business will grow company by company by company. You will also understand that the commission structure of Crowd1 is something that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I've heard some of the leaders talking about, how when my commissions are coming and I don't always see the passive bonus, growing and growing. You will see the residual bonus in future become a driver for leaders to join your company. Why? With every company that we are producing at this time, that we are launching, the passive income aspect of your business will grow and grow and grow. And that will attract more and more people, because they will know already, all I need to do is I need to reach this rank. Once I reach this rank, I am basically in a very safe environment. To those of you who says, well, I've seen the residual go a little bit down, is that because, the company is going down? No. It's because it's turned away from just focusing on the larger packages and into, crazy focus on the whites, which is important. Why? We're seeing a lot more coming in of the whites, and we're seeing a lot more people that will drive everything. 2022, for those who want to know, those who want to understand, those of you who are here on the call, make it a date. If you are not sure to be invited, grab a hold of your upline president and say, I want to be in on this call. But you have to reach out to your upline president if you want to be on that call. If not, you risk missing out, and that would really, really be a shame because of everything that you've already built and everything that you will subsequently profit from in 2022. Every single day will count, so you need the information in order to make the right actions. I'm so excited to have had you on the call here, George. I'm so excited to have everyone on the call here, and I want to wish you a very, very dynamic week. And I can't wait to speak to you again next Wednesday, same time, same place. Stay safe, stay sharp, and stay focused. Bye-bye.
All right.